Hey guys, what is going on? Today we are looking ahead to the 17th of November. We have a very nice slate of games today, and we're definitely going to dive into it as normal. If you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. It does go a long ways. And also hit that subscribe button if you guys are new here. So about 40% of you guys are not subscribed. So like I said, we do NBA, Fanduel, DraftKings, and Price Picks lineup advice videos for you. We also do have our premium, and premium's been going pretty well for us recently. If you guys want to come join us for premium, only $6 for a day pass, and that includes two lineups. And like I said, definitely not too bad. If you guys want to get in on that, check us out. Our Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link right there; will take you right to our Twitter, which is this right here. Message us, follow, we'll get you guys all set up. Also, if you guys do not have a Twitter, no worries. We'll get you guys set up through email. You guys can just message us. All we will have our email down there as well, and we'll get you guys all set up and get you guys in on today. And we also have a $30 monthly pass if you do not want to do a day pass. So well, yeah, let's dive into it. We got a good slate of them today, and yeah, we've got a couple injuries for sure. Pacers and Pistons, our first one, 231.5. We have a 10.5 here by 10.5 spread by the Pistons. So in my eyes, I feel like maybe Kate Cunningham is leading towards more probable in this one. We'll just have to see what's going on. Um, it also is a front end of a back-to-back, so he's either going to play probably in this one or the next one. If he's not in this one, Jenkins is definitely worth a look in some cash games. Another guy that could be coming back is Azor Thompson as well at 7,000. He participated Monday morning shoot around, so he's probably going to be probable in this one, and also Jalen Duran's going to obviously probable here. So it just depends. I don't mind Jalen Duran here in GPPs, but it is, like I said, a 10 spread, so we'll just have to see what happens. If Kate Cunningham's out, I do like Duran a little bit more. If Cunningham's out, maybe Azor Thompson can pop off here, but he's 7,000, haven't played in a couple days, so we'll just have to see how it goes here with this Detroit side. And then, like I said, don't mind Jenkins. On the Indiana side, I don't have a ton going on. Nembhard's an okay option, but Detroit's really good against point guards defending. Siakam could be an okay spot, but I mean, you got Stewart, you got Duran down there, so I don't really have a ton of Indiana, but I don't mind a couple Detroit depending on what's going on with the news. All right, Clippers in Philly is our next one. We have a 220 and a 5.5 here in this one. So as we know, Philadelphia not too bad. The Clippers' defense is absolutely horrendous. We'll go break it down just real quick for you guys. As we've been talking about, they cannot defend the three-pointers at all. Center, shooting guard, point guard, just wherever you look, they're really not good. And especially at the three-pointers, they struggle against shooting guard, point guards, and small forwards and give up quite a bit of assists. So James Harden's definitely in play here. I don't mind going to, you could even go with Drummond if you wanted to in some GPPs at 5,700. I mean, on paper, if you go look at it, Clippers struggle massively, 25 points a game, field goal percentage 56.4, and that's where Drummond really lives. Rebounds 13.2, and also steals and blocks. So it's definitely in a good spot here for Drummond. I think he could probably get you about 34, 35, and at 5,700, really don't mind looking at him here in this one. And then Paul George looks like he's probably going to suit up a little bit. Don't know how many minutes he's going to play, but I would expect him probably be around the 20-23 minute range. He was wearing a blue jersey, which means that's starter's gear usually, so he should be back in this one. We'll have to see, but they'll probably ease him back into it quite a bit. But I'm curious to see how they do everything. If for some weird reason Drummond's not starting because Paul George is back, then I probably won't go Drummond. But on the Clippers side, I think Harden, you got to look at Harden, and that's really all I have here. I think Collins could step up a little bit. Derrick Jones is out in this one, so maybe Collins has to, you know, be a little bit more productive in this one, and I think Zubac could be half decent as well. Milwaukee and Cleveland don't have a ton from this one. Let's go look at the DVP just real quick for Milwaukee. Milwaukee does struggle against small forwards and point guards, so like I said, you can maybe look at a little bit of Hunter, maybe a little bit of Donovan Mitchell as well. And let's go look at Cleveland just real quick and see what they struggle. And they struggle against power forwards and small forwards. So on paper, Kyle Kuzma, but probably not going to go that way. But who knows? And then also Giannis is in a good spot as well on paper. So really don't mind a couple of these guys. I don't expect their ownership to be too high. So if you're trying to be slightly different, I don't mind a little bit of exposure from this game. All right, this is where Chalk City is going to be, New York and Miami. So um, we got 244, 1.5. Everybody and their grandmother is going to have this game for obvious reasons. I mean, like I said, Brunson's out, OG Anunoby's out. Both these teams play at really, really fast pace as well. New York Knicks defense, real quick, and they've been struggling against shooting guards and power forwards quite a bit here. So, guys like maybe even Larson, Wiggins. I don't mind Jaime Jaquez, even though he's kind of a small forward. But New York gives up a ton of 3-pointers, so there you go. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody's mostly in play. It just depends on where you want to pick and choose. Towns is in play. Who's going to start? Is it going to be Miles McBride? Who's going to pop off? Clarkson or McBride? McBride hasn't been doing much recently, but this could be in a good spot for him. Davion Mitchell's in a good spot without Bronson. Um, Norman Powell just had 40 plus against New York. These guys just played a couple days ago, and he had 46. So Powell, Wiggins, Ware. I mean, and then like I said, Towns, Bridges, McBride. Just kind of pick and choose, honestly. Just depending on what the projections are looking like, but probably going to have at least 3 to 4 or 5 of these guys in cash games for sure. Charlotte and Toronto. Moving on here, we do have a 239 8.5. This could be a pretty good game. Um, I know it's a slight blowout on paper, but Toronto struggles against point guards, centers, and power forwards. And like I said, LaMelo Ball is back tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised if LaMelo pops off. He only played 27 minutes last time that he played, so keep that in mind. But point guard, Toronto struggles against the points and the assist, steals and blocks, and like I said, that's kind of how LaMelo plays. And Toronto also struggles against centers, so maybe you can look at Diabate, you can look at Ryan as well if you want to. They give up 13.2 rebounds per game in power forward. I really don't mind looking at Miles Bridges tonight. They give up 11.6 rebounds, 25.7 points a game, field goal percentage at 50. So even with ball back, I think Bridges is in a good spot. So Bridges, Diabate, and LaMelo Ball are going to be the ones I'm going to be looking at here in this one. And for Toronto, really don't mind looking at Emmanuel quickly. Charlotte's not good against point guards at all, and also they do struggle quite a bit against, like I said, some small forwards as well. So Ingram, I don't mind R.J. Barrett as well. Emmanuel quickly. I don't mind Scotty Barnes, but personally, I would rather go Miles Bridges over Barnes in this one. And Jacob Poeltl is an absolute smash spot as well. Charlotte is not the greatest defense at all against centers, as you can see here. So 53.8% field goal percentage, 12.3 rebounds given up per game. So Poeltl is in definitely a smash spot here. So moving on just a little bit, Dallas and Minnesota is our next one. I don't have a ton really in this one. Gafford is out, and so we're going to look at Moses in this one. I really don't mind going this way. Even if he plays limited minutes, this guy can absolutely smash, especially on the defense. He does have foul issue. That's the biggest thing with him. But at 4K, if you don't want to go Jokic and you want to punt, I really don't mind looking at this guy because Lively's not going to play big minutes, and it's a back-to-back for Dallas. So I really don't mind looking at him. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas goes small here. So PJ Washington and Najee Marshall. I wouldn't be surprised if Najee Marshall gets some extra run and has a random blow-up game, even if it's not the greatest spot for him. But this could be a random blow-up game for Najee Marshall. And then on, like I said, Minnesota side, really don't mind looking at Naz Reid. I think with Gafford being out, they're going to, like I said, Dallas is going to go smaller, so they're really not going to need Rudy in there. Rudy is there for the big dogs, Davis and and Gafford. But with those guys being out, I think Rudy plays about 18 to 20, 22 minutes, and Naz Reid plays a little bit more. And McDaniels, I think they play a little bit smaller, so don't mind looking at some of those guys, McDaniels, Naz Reid, there for Minnesota. On the Dallas side, as I mentioned, those guys don't have a ton with Dallas on a back-to-back. All right, OKC, New Orleans, another game that's going to be a blowout on paper. I don't have a ton really in this one. I mean, if Caruso's out, maybe you can look at Lou Dort as really, really, really cheap at 3,900. He can get you maybe 18 to 20. But that's really it. I don't really have much going on there. And last one we're gonna look at is Chicago and Denver. So this is going to be an interesting one. We have a 240.5 and a 14.5. Denver is fresh and Chicago is not fresh at all. They played a double overtime game last night, and now less than 24 hours later, they got to play another basketball game. So Trey Jones is probably not going to play in this one. It looks like. Um, Kobe White's already out. Josh Giddey, this is the one that I'm really interested in to see if he plays or not. He just played 42 minutes and he was out for 2 games. And then those 2 games he was out with an ankle injury, and then he just played 42 minutes. If anything, if he does play here, wouldn't be surprised if he's limited to about 30, 32 minutes on a back-to-back. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we get a late ad of Josh Giddey being out. Let's just say Josh Giddey is out. That changes things up. Kevin Herter comes into play. Ayu Samnu comes into play. Buzelis comes into play. If Giddey does play, Kevin Herter's still in play for me. Ayu Samnu is still in play for me just because of the Trey Jones and Kobe White probably being out. Over here, yeah, I just don't have a ton. Tim Hardaway's all right, but he's almost 5K now. If Cam Johnson's out again, Peyton Watson could be worth a look, but he's 5,600. They kind of priced him up as well. And then you got the Joker as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on Chicago. I don't know. Like I said, Giddey just played 41 minutes. It's a back-to-back. He has an ankle, still a slight ankle going on. We'll have to see if they play him here. So let's go add a couple plays real quick for you. So I really don't mind looking at Tyrese Maxey at 10-1. I think he could easily light it up here with George coming back. I don't think it really affects him at all. I really like Emmanuel Quickly at 67 if you guys can afford him. Moving over to the shooting guard position. Let's go look cheap real quick. Like I said, I really don't mind the Somnu. Clarkson, depending on who plays, you got Miles McBride as well. So for cash games, we'll go put in Miles McBride. I really don't mind looking at Powell as well. Like I said, we're just going to fill out some cash for you, and that gives you what 6,100. Like I said, don't mind looking at DeAndre Hunter as well. Kevin Herter could be in a half decent spot. Like I said, Denver struggles against shooting guards, 3-pointers, and that's where Kevin Herter makes his money. Najee Marshall could be in play, like I said, at 53. So a lot of really good plays out there. I mean, if you want to, like I said, you can go punts with Moses, and you got 6,500. So we'll just have to see. But like I said, he's not going to be crazy. He's not going to get a ton of minutes, but like I said, he could get you 24, 25 fantasy points. He has massive block upside. So once again, that's mostly it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. I appreciate you guys leaving a like. And if you guys want premium, we will have our link down there in the comment section below, and also our email. Like I said, only $6 for a day pass or 30 for a monthly. So why not come join us? Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys here in the next one.